Hey guys, what's up family? I'm the man, I'm your man, I'm Marcus Garvey, but you can call me Uncle Marcus. I'm the groovy uncle. So today, I'm here at ARIP. This is RIP, but African Real Insights podcast. And if you're tuning in for the first time, acha nijiintroduce tena. Uncle Marcus ndo jina, kwa sababu jina original ni Marcus Garvey. So Marcus Garvey did those things, so I really can't compete with the guy. But Uncle Marcus, I can do something with him. As Uncle Marcus, today I have a guest, and this guest I met them while I was training, doing some advocacy, some Artivism training. She's a DOP, she's a director. She's saying she's been doing this for some time. I want to talk to her, see how's the process, what's her perspective. And if you're thinking what's ARIP about, ARIP is about film, TV. If you're behind the scenes, I'm looking for you. If you watch TV and you make movies, I need you. You're the person I'm going to talk to. Why? Because this podcast, we talk to people and we hope whatever you share, your experiences can be lessons to other people. With this podcast, we also share tips and tricks. So today also I'm going to share 3 tips, hopefully. As we're talking with her, she's going to tell us something that will be like, ooh, tip number 1. So guys, without any, iki tunaimesingi kila time. With no further ado, drum rolls. Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing? I know it's Koi, but I'll give her a chance to tell you what's her name, where you can find her, and all that at the end. But for now, Koi, introduce. If someone is watching, nataka kukujua, utamwambia wewe ni nani?
Me, I'm a human being on Earth, specifically in Kenya. I'm from Nakuru. I love Nakuru. Nakuru is like my home, but I'm in both Nakuru and Nairobi. I'm a filmmaker, an indie filmmaker, a video artist, a mixed media artist. And I love creating and experimenting with mediums and technologies.
Okay. Koi, in this podcast, we talk to filmmakers. You being a female, what role do you do on set? I know, as a filmmaker, madem kuna roles zingine wanasemanga tuwezi fanya, ni too technical, but najua we are breaking those barriers. I've seen women in lights, I've seen women in camera, I've seen women in, what other role is that's difficult? Grip, best boys, because unagopanga kuchomwa, those basic things, you know.
I don't know if what wanagopa me, because I'm doing also other things in the art sphere, zenye, maybe the people will call it male-dominated, but I don't think it's male-dominated, because if you're interested in doing something, it'll flow too. So maybe it's male get kept by men, or
deep
something but sidhani ni like iko dominated hivyo, ni interest yako. Mainly on set I do directing, shooting and editing. Well, that's off set. Okay. But like the camera is my main toolkit.
Directing, shooting and editing. This is all round. Directing is marketing and distribution, idea development, and then shooting,
the idea development part of it,
for sure. And then editing, this is post-production. Kidogo tu tuambie communication, and once marketing and distribution. This is so cool of you.
But zote ziko kind of connected, because directing, when you're coming up with the idea, then on set ukishoot, it's the same idea, you're just using a different tool to do it. Again, also editing, that's another part of storytelling, as in all those things are storytelling formats: the ideation, the shooting, the production, and the editing. Because I've done stuff and shot videos, and the idea, the beginning, and what end up at the end ni different, because people edit looks way different. You on set, something different comes
something
up.
Totally different comes up, because Kenya ulikuwa madika in pre na Kenya mekuja at the end, so the same. There's someone who told who said this, and I don't know if it's true. We can decide. And if you want to be a good director, you must do the first cut. Do you agree with him?
First cut? I think so.
I think so.
You always need to. You have to.
Ladies and gentlemen, najua nashangaa mbona nimevaa mask. We sell these things. These are called gator, but like clovers, you can see them on the table also. And we are at the beautiful spaces CC Hub Jahazi building. Koi is a member. This space is free. I'm also a member. She's part of the training. She's done a couple of training here. Koi, we want to talk about the projects you've done. Which project have you done? And could you mention some of the projects and what role you played, and how was it for you?
For film, I would say most recently, actually, yeah, upper at iHub, I was part of a residency for directors by SEP, the Creative Economy Forum, and Primary Pictures by Tosh. So it was a good.
Wait, you said Primary Picture, Tosh. What do you mean? Tosh Gitonga?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So na SEP, they were the ones facilitating the session, but here. So it was cool. So under that residency, we were able to produce a film where I was the DOP.
Hello.
Called 9 to Infinity. It's a sci-fi film. We shot it here in this building.
Give us a synopsis. What's the story about?
Interestingly, actually, about mental health and Msemanyako overworked and putting herself first, then her future self, and I come through. The pods. I don't know if you've been upstairs. There are some pods for studying in this section. It's like an enclosed whatever.
On the other
so
side.
like no, for that one, that was like a futuristic pod. Then her future self comes out and comes like, it's called
Clones.
Yeah, and then it's like an action sequence. It's so cool.
I'm looking forward to watch it. Can you get it? By the way, where is it? Can you watch it on YouTube?
I think it will be on YouTube. I'll have to ask the director. But she was submitting it to festivals last I checked. Yeah, but it's there.
But it was being made for festivals. That's why you shot the movie. You are the DOP on that project.
Yeah, the DOP.
Let's start there. As a DOP, how's your process?
Well,
how did you go? How do you go about it? What do you do? What do you deliver?
Yeah. So DOP, directing, sometimes when they kind of intermingle. So for this one, I had to remind myself, is it direct? I'm with the DOP, because I don't want to step on people's toes.
Tip number one. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're tuning in, I think Koye just gave us our first tip. You see how she's saying, I don't want to be doing some other people's job. So tip number one will be play your role.
Yeah.
Play your role. If you're going to set, play your role. Know the job description of whatever role you're playing. I'm also a DOP on site and I agree with you. You must hold yourself back from directing.
True.
Continue. How is it?
So doing that and figuring it out, then the ideas, we came up with the whole concept, because it was really a tight schedule, maybe like 5 days to come up with something and shoot at the end of it during the weekend. So coming up with that, I love to draw. Actually drew like pictures and storyboards of the scenes, the shots, angles, kila kitu.
Don't rush through there. Where can we get some of the drawings you've drawn?
Online.
You also do graphics, so it's what you've been hand drawn.
I doodle, but I also have digital graphic art.
Doodle and digital graphic art.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, on my portfolio online, I have like a gallery online next to my portfolio, filmmaking portfolio.
We'll check that out. We'll probably put it in the videos as you're speaking. That doodling, you'll tell me specifically, because I
think I even have the pictures for that film. I have and then you can compare it to the film here.
After we watch it, actually, stay tuned. It's coming through. Sci-fi is a bit of clones. So what, in terms of as a DOP, how do you prepare for your projects? What did you do? What was your job description on location? Apart from holding and just knowing that I have to do my play within these restrictions, what job did you do on set?
I think a lot of it was in the ideation process, because I'm a thinker. I love to think. And then also figuring out how I can make it different. I know people always say, I'm unique, different, but most of the time you've seen that angle, you've seen that shot, you've seen that trick with the camera. It has been done. So being able to maybe use it in a different way, but in a lend itself to the story. I feel like that usually works well. And usually the first direction I think of. So I think of, okay, what do I want to convey in this particular scene? Emotion, what do I want them to feel? Then the technical bit comes afterwards.
I'm also a cinematographer, DOP sometimes. Some other people call me videographers. I don't get mad. I've learned to control. So I think that's the same thing. Like when you enter the room, what's the first thing that you think about? To make a set, this is your location. What would be the first thing you think to do, or what are you looking at?
Honestly, production design. I'm looking at how does it look. Colors set, nijua kasi hizi nimevaa red, ikiti ni ya red, so maybe singakali hiyo kiti. Hii room iko mainly blacked out, so the light, thinking about the lighting, bounce
really?
hizo vitu zote.
Okay.
I
like
think
that.
production design
I like
first.
that. Now, let's break that barrier, Koi. Let's think about the fourth wall. The people watching, about them. As a DOP, now what are you thinking for them? For them, what would you say? What do you want to show them? What are you trying to provoke? What are you using to provoke and tell them things?
I think for me, I always want to reach into like through the lens, through the camera. Nataka feel wako hapo.
Walete ndani.
Wako ndani. Because even early on, why I decided to get into film, I think the time I was in primary, just your transition of primary to high school.
Yes,
and I think I watched this movie called 3 Idiots. It's watched from my sister's lap.
Idiots.
I don't know if you've watched it.
I think I've watched it.
It's a 2009 movie. It's like a classic movie.
I know.
So that was my first time watching it from my sister's laptop, and then it got that transition phase, and I was like, wow. That movie is also like iconic in its own way. It made me laugh, cry, all those things.
Yeah, true.
And like to believe you can do whatever you want if you know the messaging of the film. So I was like, I would want to make other people feel like this or feel what I'm feeling right now. Yeah, and to be there and to have all those. So since then I was like, if I find a medium that can do it. So I usually, most of the time, I hope people like feel they're going into it. They're there. Yeah.
Okay. Someone is watching this probably and they're like, did you go for training? How did you know this is what you want to do? Because when did you know you have the creative eye or that creative flair? Yeah.
I think my mom tells me I get it from her because she's also like a creative arts teacher. She's a teacher by profession, but she has that creative thingy in her. And my dad, alinipea the history and the methodology kind of things. I combined both of those things. In uni, I didn't study film or production.
What did you study in uni?
Something so different. I did international relations and diplomacy. So I'm going to be a diplomat working in the UN.
But you can still be a diplomat.
I mean, I still can. I mean, now I do work with NGOs, but in the creative field. So I create creative outputs for NGOs. That's how I do it. I don't sit behind a desk under white lights. That's not my life. So I finally decide apana. So yeah, that was the path. But during campus, I would do like YouTube things, create small YouTube videos, talk about
personal projects on YouTube. That movie with CC Hub.
Yes. So when that happened, and after campus, I was like, I want to merge these two areas. And my first job, I had it with Amnesty, and it was a creative job. And I was like, okay, so I'm working with a dream company, and I'm doing a creative thing for them. So
you're working with Amnesty, and it's like, why did you pick you? What were you doing at that time at Amnesty? But Amnesty is they work with CBOs most of the time. You know?
Yeah, it's an international human rights organization.
So human rights. So how did you get that?
Well, human rights, it's like one of the things.
Wait, I'm trying to connect it. Creativity, graphics, film.
Please. See, so human rights, part of what you learn in international relations. You learn human rights, like humanitarian rights. Those are like so wide anyway. So after that, because I had that career background, studying it, and then they were also they were starting out campaigning into digital disruptors. They were looking for creative people who would now use creative tools to articulate this big constructs, ideas. At that time, it was on digital rights. So that's how I got into it, because these two fields really merge pamoja, and ever since, that's like has been my path. But now for film, at that time, I was like, okay, I have the theory part of it, because I know like the organizations I'm working with, but not the technical. I didn't study film. I don't know 1, 2, 3 the things. So for that, I had to go to a number of residencies, workshops, and fellowships, and I still do. That has been my training. And
so you just okay. That's really using art and creativity. That's artivism.
Yeah.
That's the word. Artivism.
Yeah. So using a creative outlet to say something that you will deem important.
I'm an active mental health champion.
Okay.
First aid. I can do the basics.
Ooh, I can talk about first aid. You have been wanting for the longest time.
I did my certification a while back because I was dealing with the students.
Okay.
So students, asubuhi anakam alichelewa tulimwambia jana but anakam tu kukutest. So his mental health matters, my
Yeah.
mental health also matters, so how to cope with that and also be able to understand them and be able to understand how to incorporate different types of people, because I was also asking with people with disabilities, different types of mental and physical disabilities, so this is a to be whole, it's an give it an wholesome experience.
Yeah, wholesome.
Guys, wholesome, yeah. Give it an wholesome experience while training also. I went through that training, and since then I was like, oh, I understand. And I'm like, you get it?
I get
the
you.
first time,
I'm you.
during the training, the first time, they were like, who has mental health? And we were in a class, all of us. The trainer was there. No one raised their hands. We didn't even know the meaning of mental health. You get? Because no one knew it's like physical health. It's a state. You get? So it's just working. It's how are you? Are you able to cope with your day to day? Are you trying to run away from them? What are you doing actively towards it? So during that training, that's when I got to interact with a bit of human rights also, because mental health rights are part of human rights also.
Yeah.
So
mental
apart
health
from
very
that,
important.
it is for
even
creative.
On film, even on set. My
Now,
goodness.
Speaking on that, I really would like to appreciate local sets. We're doing something towards that.
Yeah.
I think let's give them as a tip. If you haven't noticed, agree with me or disagree. Recent set, you can testify. You've been on a set, just it was the Sugar set.
Yeah,
you know?
the MTV Sugar season 1. MTV Sugar Mashariki season 1 2025.
What? Guys, so we've been on set, and one thing I'd like to testify, we've improved, because these days you go to set and you find set medics.
Yes.
It's not something that was there previously. I'm sure.
We had a nurse from the beginning, even in pre-production.
You had a nurse?
Yeah, there was a nurse on set. Every time we were there. From pre-production, she was in the meetings. Bro, we had a mental health lady, and there was a toll-free number you could call throughout from pre-production to post-production.
That's what the future is. The future is so bright right now. I think like for creatives and mental health in creative spaces should be really taken, like it's being taken seriously. It's something positive. Apart from just doing the work and creating the content, later on, even to just stop acting, because we detach from our family to bring out these things into life. Months and months of production. So just to diversify and like just put it out there also. Human rights and advocacy, that's something so cool to be just adding as a creative, intentionally doing it. Props for you.
Thank you.
So Amnesty, you said you're working with them. How long was that? And then before you finish that, you can also tell us how fruitful was that in terms of financial monetization? Did you make money? Give us a range, and then let's go to MTV Sugar.
So with Amnesty, it was the first one just after campus. So I mean, since then
that was your first job.
That was my first job.
How much are you making?
It is good. It was well, niseme bro,
nilisign NDA 200 to 500 roughly
It was a good amount. It was like a good it's like entry position, corporate job.
So how much is it?
It was a good figure. It was
imagine
I'm not gonna say. I'm not going to say.
No pressure,
I'm not going to say.
So ideally, guys, put yourself out there. If you're a creative, she got the job. She told you she has a position. It was okay for a startup.
And find those interesting points where this how does human rights and film, like how did those even things connect? Those interesting intersections do yield very high level and high paying opportunities. Trust me, both in whatever industry actually. If you just mixed two things that seem odd, bro, up on a drive.
So tip number two straight from Koi's mouth: look for something unique in whatever you're doing. Look for that. If I'm not wrong, look for a unique aspect for
unique combination.
Don't just do one thing when you're targeting your audience. Look for something that a problem you're solving for them, ideally. Call to action and goal your product here. So let's talk about MTV Sugar season 1. Koi, what role were you playing and how was it? Because you had big names on set, man.
I know.
I could imagine. What role were you playing?
I know. So I was under the TAP program. I think at that time they had this call out for creatives in the industry. You can apply to join the set and the crew behind the crew and the set and everything else. So I got selected into that, and I was in the directing department under AD. So then we were like 17 of us, each person in the department immersed into the main crew, and then we were actually like working with them hand in hand. And you could rotate or you could just stick to your lane, but ideally, if like at the very least, we were pretty much just like shadowing.
You're telling me you just applied and you got called back?
Yeah. Well, I mean, kuna process. Many people applied. Bro, what do you mean?
I'm trying to get it. You know, I'm asking.
Many people applied.
Yeah.
It was a whole, so competitive. There was an interview, all those things. But I got it.
How was the interview? Like,
it was good.
What was the test?
It was virtual. It was virtual. It was pretty chill. I think that the main thing that they were looking at, okay, I can't speak for them.
Yeah,
but
sure.
for me, and like if I look at the patterns, but in my career, what I've done, what I'm doing next, like you have to curate your portfolio like visually. The online, actually, it's not CV. It's not CV. Since I quit corporate, because corporate even that one was different. I think since maybe like after my first job, I've never used my CV anywhere. I just use my portfolio.
So when you share your portfolio, that's your...
So it has samples of the works I've done.
I'm talking to you directly of your IG profile?
No.
Okay.
So I have a Notion
website.
Yeah, I have a Notion. Yeah.
I know Notion. I've seen it.
Yeah. So just download the app. You can create like a free web page, and you can customize it. Ikuweka website. Yeah. So then you just send out that link to people. Yeah. So you just customize it. You put the works you've done there, the good works you've done there, whatever. Put a table of contents. Mine is very eco-craft visually. That's to my work the most. So I think people these days look for that. Like just to see what you've done.
Can you show us the content you've done, then you get the job?
Yeah, that you can do it. So that's why these trainings
So
are
it was
quite
online,
important.
you just shared your portfolio, and definitely followed up with a callback. We are seeing you now on set, Koi. What's going on? What's going on?
So when we got into it, I think there were 3 weeks left in pre-production, because we attended a few meetings. Of course, we had the whole orientation in because we were coming into when they had like done most of the things in pre-production. So in the last weeks of pre-production, some are part of the crew. Some went to Mombasa to do the Mombasa scenes. Most of us were left here to work on these things, put into our departments now doing the work.
Oh, guys, hold. Guys, if you don't know what you're talking about MTV Sugar. If you've not watched the episode, kindly Zico YouTube for free. Go tune in. Go check them out.
Spoiler alert. S for spoilers. Yes.
So you know about season 2 coming through. You can give me spoilers.
I can't.
Not now.
I know.
I'm not asking. Like not now. Not for you.
Imagine.
For me, like you can tell me later.
I
I've watched everything.
I can speculate.
You can speculate because you're on set. I know for sure you have like a clue. But did you read the script?
Yeah. So we were given scripts. That was like the first thing after we signed contracts.
Curious. I'm very curious now. Just fine. Let me just add this question. How many were you given? Because you shot how many episodes was season 1? 8 episodes.
Yeah.
So were you given 3 scripts?
We were given 8
scripts at a go.
All at once.
What?
It was a OneDrive file, so
they dropped 8 scripts like this.
Yeah.
And okay.
But you couldn't print them out physically. We had them online. Okay, you could maybe on set. There were some physical copies, but you couldn't just print them out because at that time we're in production and something like that could leak and
True.
So
someone steal your ideas. There's a lot of things copyright.
Yeah. Also, it's production. It's under wraps, so you can't have. Yeah, we even
time to put it out there.
And the NDA thing, bro, we have to come back there. Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about your experience because that's not part of it.
The reading scripts, we had all of them, read through them. Only a few edits coming in through before we started production. Production was in 40 days.
How many were you on set? And your role? You haven't told me your role. You said you're AD?
Yeah, for that one.
You've worked with all the directors on set. You're working with all of them. I'm specifically attached to one because they said there were 3.
Well, because we had first AD, second AD, so you are with them, but then you're also working with the directors. I think we had like three directors. We had Licarion. We had Licarion, we had MK and John. Yeah, those were the main directors for season 1. Yeah.
How was it working with your directors as an AD? What did you pick up? What did you learn? Share with us. We weren't there.
Okay.
Share with us.
if I can remember, bro.
Try.
To go to October, na ilikuwa huko January, February.
Okay.
And it was quite
My
fast.
memory is bad, guys. I allow it. Even me, I totally get everything.
For me, because it was the first time working with those directors or even interacting with them, so seeing their different styles. Also, this was like the first big mainstream set I was on, so kind of also learning, okay, so this is happening in but they were like chill. Everyone was so chill. And of course the first AD sets, she already
Standard,
the first AD was called Olympia. Awesome. She set the bar and everything, so everything was chill.
Women in film, yes.
Yeah, Olympia, awesome job. So it was good. They will hear you out, listen to ideas. You had a thingy with it. So, this part in the script doesn't make sense. So we asked the script supervisor and all those things. It was quite, I don't know, it was cooperative.
I know.
It was good.
A lot of teamwork.
It was a really good set.
Okay,
Yeah.
amazing. There's nothing else but love for the show.
Yeah.
But after watching the production, you've watched it, so
I have watched it.
how is it for you? What would you say about MTV Sugar Shariki?
So I have good things to say, but I will say, because we read the scripts, we were there shooting the scenes in all the iterations, in all the number of takes.
Yes.
And we were there in the premiere. We watched the first episode in the premiere, then afterwards, and everything came out. I think this is, it's not something new, but again, as I was saying, because all those are points of storytelling, the writing, the production, and the editing. For me, it was a bit different. It was good, but it was different, like from what I read. Just some bits of it. I think from when you read the literature, now the script, when we're in set, shooting all the different variations of it. Oh, this take, this angle. Maybe taking one scene where we spent like how many hours on it.
Oh my God, repeating.
And then we saw it on episode 1. We were like,
we took all that time.
Yeah.
Was it too long or too short?
We took maybe like an hour on a specific scene, or even plus. And then it was just there in 30 seconds.
All the different cameras and angles.
Yeah, we were like,
I saw. That's why I do this podcast, so that we can even just experience the behind the scenes through our eyes. So, guys,
so the editing, the pacing of the editing,
important.
For me at least, I will say it felt different. Like from now reading it, it was a bit different how it was edited.
That's really cool. Thank you so much, Koi, for even sharing that part with us. Insights we didn't see, really. Guys, we've already given you 2 tips right now. So your tip number 1 was, while you're on set, not to play within your boundaries. Play your role and know your role. Whatever you're doing, kuja set ka uko ready, uko prepared. Tip number 2, tumwambia watu, creative and unique. Although they say you can never invent the wheel, try have a creative aspect. Personally, I agree with it, because also me, when I'm on set, I will stress for the creative shot. Because I swear everyone else will do the basic, give you a wider close-up. I'm looking for a creative shot. To wait 1 minute. I'm looking for... Because I want the audience to say, what did I say? An example. You've watched movies, you know? Bad Boys 3.
Maybe.
Bad Boys for Life. Will Smith, Martin,
the guy, yes,
the new one, the latest one. There's this scene when they were in the shop. I think they're called, like when you stop into a petrol station, those shops. There's this scene, guys. That scene, the Martin Lawrence was looking at his watch, and then the camera was inside his watch.
Okay.
So it's a POV from his watch looking. So like, oh, it was so clean for me. Now imagine seeing that on cinema. I was like, I really enjoyed, so I really chased that. So guys, also tip number 2, me and Koi for this episode would be look for that creative aspect, not just in terms of shooting, but also creatively as a creator, because apart from just being a director, AD, she also does these graphics. She's also doing
Can I add something?
For sure.
On the creative part, like it's one thing I think I also respected with it. The senior producer was called Kevin Joe. Okay, maybe we'll even talk about things that I've picked. That also Peter was like, oh, I'll take that with me.
I would like that. Just share it now.
Yeah, especially now with Joe and the other directors. The thing where you stick to your, no, we have to get that shot. You don't compromise. Like Kevin Joe's very like adamant, bro, hakwana compromise. He will never compromise. He will say,
script is king.
Yes. And he'll say, the makeup and the continuity, oh gosh, it wasn't that. We will reset the whole thing. But it made sense because we're there for the story. And if you think about it, even with the thing you're talking about, being on set and maybe people just come, you could just set, do the thing, then you go back home. But if you are, especially in the director's seat or maybe in the screen supervisor and all those things, we are there for the story. We are there to create something. I mean, we blocked out this entire day to do this thing. But then, sets are wide. There's so many departments. The people who are there to just be like, bro, fanyi kitu. Like,
nice. I like that tip. Script is king, sticking to it and putting it 100. And
also like really don't compromise on your idea if it because you'll regret because you can't fix it in post. You cannot.
Oh my God, is that our tip number 3, guys?
You can't fix it in post.
You can't fix it in post?
Yeah, if it's bad, it's bad. You can't.
Like so facts. You can't. I second that.
So I remember like him being really adamant, and I think I picked that from him and just kufuata the idea because again I say people in Kwaset, it's people from all walks of life and different ideologies chasing different things. The people who are there, the minute wamefika hapo, they're looking to get out of there the fastest they can. But again, tumekuja hapa, we are creating something.
They're supposed to be changing mindsets.
Yeah, so don't compromise on your creative idea. So I saw that with a number of the directors and with the senior producer. So it was really cool to see them
bring whatever they wrote to life. Iliandikwa hivyo, ikuje hivyo, sindio?
Yes.
Our second guest is calling us just now. I love it. 2 minutes, then we see. Man like Jeff, thank you so much for being in the podcast. Jeff is behind the cameras. I know he'll support. Mark, Entertainment Hub, I've just sent someone to come get you. It's called Jeff. He's coming for you. Okay, I'm already recording. Just come through. Jeff, thank you so much, bro.
I feel like sijaongea vitu mingi.
Bro,
I have so much to
fun.
say.
I know.
I have so much to say.
I know. Yo, guys, recording this live, Susi Hub, and we're just about to wind up this session. This has been so fun with Koi. We want to wind up with something we did recently and how I came to meet Koi. So recently I've been doing a project for AR, Augmented Reality and Democratic Exhibition, and that's why I met Koi. And just from talking during the project, it's a 5-day training, verified, certified right now. Cindy, we're about to do some AR things, but Koi is also into 3D modeling.
Yeah.
She talked about film. I'm trying to do a movie also. I'm trying to do more films out there because there's no one coming to give you the funds to do the film. Just do it. Tell your story.
Yeah.
And we learned some things about advocacy, Artivism. You've been doing this longer than I have. On that side.
Yeah.
On that side, for sure.
Yeah.
So, what would you tell? Let's not even go there. Personally, I'm going to vote this year.
Okay. Well,
Why?
Is it this year?
No, I'm going to vote this time.
Okay.
This time round. Why I've decided to do this is because of this. My experience. My parents wameshindwa kilia. Hey, tumeibiwa. Imagine mtu anaibiwa. Generation ya kwanza ibiwe, ya pili ibiwe. Mika generation ya saa ina feel. Ntakushika. Autaniibia, ntakupiga. Au niibi. Because Ghana the other day, I saw during the election, I don't know if it's Ghana or Mali, anyway, Ghana the other day, or during the election, and the Gen Z youth, when the ballot wakicount now, 1, 2, 3, sino tumeingia huko, wanahesabu now. What are your thoughts? And are you going to vote this time? I'm curious.
Yeah, I've always voted since I got my ID. I've always voted. Even at a referendum, I still voted. I will still vote. I mean, that's like a
non-negotiable
for me. I always do vote.
Why? What's pushing you? Because, you're Gen Z, millennial, whatever it is, we are under that. We are the youth of the system. So what's pushing you to always do it?
So, I don't know. Maybe it's by virtue of being a creative and working in this field, in all the forms of art, even outside of film, and kind of bringing all this. I think you tend to have an open mind, perspectives so wide, I mean, you can think you kind of see things in a different lens. So, and mindset, and the mind up here, it's quite important. Mind over matter, because most of this, I think Viletu may mention how you see it's in Ibiwa, the vote getting stolen, how these politicians talk to us, all those things happening, and it's so easy. And it's so even, maybe it's a default for you to give up and like, oh, bro, win mechoka. But like, that's the default setting they want you to be in. That's by design. That's not by mistake. Is if it means it happen. Hey, it's in destiny. We can't do. No, it's actually by design that those things are happening, and you are feeling like that, because that's the best place for you to get stuck at. Then they can do whatever they want. So you're not feeling giving up and feeling nothing can change and all that is the best thing you can ever do, because if you actually just become complacent, bro, that's where they want you. There's this thing called psyops. The general term is psychological operations, but psyops is what mainly politicians do, like just a recent example, but it's been happening throughout history, especially in African politics, where they're saying, oh, msichome inchi, msiende kufanya hivyo, you'll nini, or they go to churches, oh, sisi ni wazazi wenu pia, sisi ni mama zenu. Bro, that's a fucking psyop. That's a psyop.
Yeah. Daddy, this one is not made for kids. If you don't know, you don't know. We'll try control, but it's fine. Cause speak your heart, speak your heart.
Those are like those kind of operations to kind of deter you, ufanye iku pacify. Ukwe complacent, ukwe like, oh shit, okay, let me calm down, while you are still garnering your efforts to kind of prove this change. Like the earliest, maybe I don't know if you have time, I can give the earliest example. Like the first example of a psyop was actually in Egypt.
So ideally, Jeff is here. Jeff, I think my camera went off. Mark Lebo karibu sana. So that's my next guest. Let's see how long you can do it. We have time. I'd like to know what's a psyop.
Yeah.
What's a psyop?
So a psyop, let me give a good example so you can understand.
Jeff, you can just go talk to Dennis. Sorry. Dennis on the other side, you can give your beauty for that one. Just continue.
Okay, so psyop, here's a good example, just before tuende kwa dictionary example. So the earliest examples was actually in Egypt. I don't have all the names correct, but kulikuwa na kingdom, and there were two. And this king wanted to invade this side, and this queen alikuwa nakata. This kingdom now, the dad said, no, you can't, nini. So they were trying to find a passive option. So this other ruler was like, if you give me one of your ladies to marry, the whole thing, then we'll pacify the kingdom, nini. But she was like, no, we've never done this. It's not in our, Egypt custom and whatever. So she sent another like a lady mwenye alikuwa the previous king's daughter ndo alituma. So amekuja kwa like, okay, yeah, I'm here, but I'm not the one you wanted. Me, I'm from the previous regime. I'm not here. So he was mad. He was like, no, I'm going to invade this part of Egypt, and it was like the most important like peninsula bit. So it was quite even daring kwenda hapo, because that was like the most heavily guarded place. But they're like, so how do you do it? So he came up with an idea. Egypt guys wanapenda cats. How they worship the cats and they can't harm it because it's like a god, like so cherished. So what did they do? In the army, they made shields, and they had the picture of the cat there, of that god. I can't remember the name there. And then in the front line, they sent animals, cats and tigers, all this feline. So in the wako like, bro, we are seeing cats coming to us, we're seeing shields, so they can't attack it. That's their god. That's how they are conquered. So that's a psyop. That's an example of a psyop. You just like you don't even need to use force. So that's the same thing. So you being in that position where like, bro, nothing can change, we won't do anything. That's exactly where they want you to be, because that's where they can do anything they want, and it's by design. It's not happenstance. It's by design, bro. They learn these things.
I like the definition. New. I've learned something new today actually, but I'm still. Wow. I think that's the word. Yeah. Wow. I said I'm amazed. So okay. So Koi, thank you so much for making time. First of all, I know we can talk and chat more, but we've talked about advocacy also, kiasi, a bit of Artivism also. Our training was courtesy of Part 254 and Black Rhinos in there.
Yeah, and Civicus.
And Civicus also. For me, takeaway, I want to share some takeaways. My takeaway for me was in the position for youth. Which roles can youths take or stand or vie for?
You mean like politically?
Politically, I don't know.
I think you can, okay, I know kuna restrictions. You remember when you were talking about
some.
limitations and all those things? There are some limitations to the rights.
I didn't know. The first time, I only thought you could do MCA. And that's it. But you can become an MCA, a senator, you can even run for an MP as long as in that bracket. Yeah. Why do we keep clinging on MCA?
Because that's where you're told once you're happy. Because that's where they tell you, why are you coming here with all these ideas?
But
the ones are
MCA
kwanza. You can, like, political rights go so wide. You can do all those things. You see, but just as you said, by virtue of knowledge, they don't want you to know these things. So even like when we're talking about the constitutions and all these documents and all these rights and acts they have, it's there in big documents and jargon words.
And we don't
things are not even catered to, to young people. So being able to also have our own like systems where we can like
or be part of the system.
Compress them, make them make sense to us, to all of us. Because even the older ones, even a 6-year-old still, one or two wouldn't really know what is happening here.
True.
So you can imagine a young person. So being able to kind of democratize those spaces and make them very accessible to everyone, not just learned people.
Well spoken, Koi. Well spoken. Thank you so much for tuning in.
I'm surprised that you about Ruta, but Nisa.
About Anya, towards the answer side, you don't call zero pressure.
Okay.
We've done only 2 tips for these guys.
Yeah.
We do 3 tips normally.
Okay.
I know that things you haven't said, that things you like to tell also. I know we can do this again, hopefully. We might shoot something. I'm hoping we collaborate during that project of ours so that we can come back and do this thing again.
About projection
Tunafaa. But I want you to use this time and just tell me something. Give me a tip, ideally, but also tell someone who's watching this and is really just trying to start up, do whatever you're doing. Maybe they're looking up to you. You know how people say your social media look at you as an it's not influencer, but as a mentor, and then in real life you're someone else fighting yourself there. You're fighting your inner self. So I'd like you to just tell them something, and also where they could find your social media handles. But think first tell them something as a tip also, but tell them something as Koi with the experience also and interactions. Mnaweza mwangalia hivi, but small girl, big God. Amekuwa sets kubwa kubwa.
Am I really small?
Yeah.
I'm not. Like,
are you 6 foot?
I'm old.
You want to tell me your age, why you like this? Why are you so proud of being you're a young girl?
But then I want to be. Well, I like elderly people. Like, okay, not like that. Like but people. Like I like age, like being old.
Like elderly people, like.
No, like me, I'm like I love that. So advice.
Tip. Don't think about advice. Tip.
Tip. Experiment. Do what I do, how I do it, why I am who I am. It's because I experiment, I mix things. Hakuna kitu kama mistake, bro. Hakuna kitu kama mistake. It's like, it's just another way of doing something.
Oh, this guy, msichana na nyota, guys. Ana shine too bright. Experiment, guys.
Yeah, experiment.
I like that. For a tip, we can maximize. Let me punch you in the throat real quick. Experiments means...
What is the throat?
Punch you in the throat. Let me just hit you the point. Yeah. So for you, experiment because you're doing all these things.
Yeah.
Guys, you're already doing filming, you're an AD, you're doing 3D mapping, you're about to do stitching. Oh my God, there's so much we can talk into. Projection mapping. Koi, where can we get access? Where can we see all these things you're telling us you're doing? That's real. Are we going to get it?
Yeah. So ideally, you can see it on my portfolio.
Where do we get it?
I did not mention this.
Where do we
like
get it?
2 years ago, I quit social media, but I'm back now. A little bit.
It's okay, by the way, some time away from social media is healthy.
Yeah. So on IG, my account is named, because that's not me, but my account is named Deleting Avatar. So you'll find it there. And on all my prefaces, you'll find the link to my bio, and that's where my work is. On LinkedIn, it's Juliet Meruri. And on YouTube, The Koi Element.
The Koi Element.
Twitter, Deleting Avatar. Yeah.
I will definitely tag you, the Koi Element. Nisha follow
Deleting
Instagram.
Avatar Instagram.
Deleting Avatar, Nisha follow. Deleting Avatar on Instagram. And this is the final. I think this is goodbye. And as we close, guys, I go by the groovy uncle. I'm the man. I'm your man. Marcus Garvey is the name, but you can call me Uncle Marcus. This has been a ARIP, African Real Insights podcast. I hope you've enjoyed. This is the end. And guys, kama umewatch hadi hapa mwisho tunawaambia nini? #SetLife.
#SetLife.
Bye.
Bye.